Join DraftKings along with VSiN, Dan Lebitard, and friends from Meadowlark Media as we reveal the betting lines live as the matchups unfold.
Join us Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for Line Drop, the bracket.
I am here with DraftKings contributors Geoff, Ulrich, and Pearce Dietrich. They're weighing in on the Ruoff Mortgage 500 in Arizona. So Pearce, Kyle Larson, once again on top of the salary board for this event, $11,800. He's only one of 5 drivers priced over $10K. So do you like any of these high-priced options? Is it Kyle Larson again?
Well, let's go a little bit below the high price, down to $9,800 with Martin Truex. Last season, he was the best driver at Phoenix. No one could compete with his long-run speed. I do expect this race to end with a short run, so he wouldn't be my pick to win, but there will be long runs. And over the course of those long runs, he'll lead laps, he'll earn fast laps, and he's going to be a big play in DFS.
Geoff, how do we feel about Martin Truex Jr.?
I mean, I don't know. Sounds good what Pearce was saying. I'm going to go with Joey Logano at 10-4. I mean, he's been up there. He's had some pretty solid results. He's been strong at Phoenix over his career. He's won here twice before. 7 top 5 finishes in Phoenix during his career. Had a nice little result there in the spring as well. I don't think he's going to be super highly owned, too. I mean, we're talking DFS, so I'll try and bring some strategy into it. I think people are going to be flocking to Kyle Larson, probably looking to guys like Truex Jr., to save a little cash. But I think Joey Logano is in a spot here where he could be a bit of a sneaky winner. I'm going to make him my pay-up option.
Okay, so we've got some pay-up options. Let's talk about value now. Pearce, which driver is going to provide that for you?
Cole Custer is pretty cheap. He finished 11th at Fontana, flirted with the top 5 in that race, but some bad restarts and bad pit stops dropped him back. His engine expired last week, so he got a poor finish. You look at 2 of his 4 races at Phoenix, he finished 9th and 13th. I'll take that. And if you want to go really cheap, Todd Gilliland at $4,900 punt. He's got a top 25 finish in his last 2 races. He's going out there and playing it safe, not trying to do anything crazy while people are wrecking around him. And through attrition, he just moves his place forward. And he also participated in the January test session at Phoenix, so he should be familiar with this package at this racetrack.
All right, Geoff, what do you think about that value play?
So Cole Custer is definitely interesting. I mean, he seems like, I mean, last week I know a lot of people were interested in him. And I think he was heavier. He was priced higher, excuse me, is what I was going to say, than last week. I think Pearce already mentioned that. But he seems like a bit of a boomer bust option. But I mean, someone you definitely want to get on at 6,200. I think there's value in like the 7K range this week. I like Austin Cindric. I mean, this is a player who's competed in Phoenix a couple times, like in the Xfinity Series. He just won the Daytona 500. I don't know how much more we need to see from him necessarily, but just feels like he's going under the radar here this week. He's also 50-1, I believe, on the DraftKings Sportsbook. You got his teammates, like Logano, Ryan Blaney has been running fast. So, I mean, the team's doing good. This guy can drive the car, Jesse. I mean, I think he's going under the radar at 7,700. That's kind of my value-ish pick there.
This guy can drive the car. I like that. Over on the DK Sportsbook, guys, there's the weekly special tab. So we've got the Arizona's Finest special, where you can get a prop on Arizona-born drivers, Alex Bowman and Michael McDowell, to both finish in the top 10 at plus 2,200. Do you think that could happen, Pearce?
Well, first of all, I really like that Austin Cindric pick. I don't think I was giving him enough consideration. So I'm going to look back at that one. So that's
wow!
Right.
Yeah. Now, a pick that I don't like is this Bowman play. Bowman has struggled at this racetrack. He shouldn't. This suits his driving style, and maybe this will be the weekend that he figures it out finally. But other people have already figured it out. So just because he finally gets the rhythm of this track, well, he's got to beat other people that have had the rhythm. And then Michael McDowell's barely a top 20 driver, so I don't like that. But I like Geoff's.
Geoff, that's great. Pearce likes your value pick. What do you think about this weekly special?
I mean, it's pretty big odds, right? Like plus 2,200, but it is big odds for a reason. I mean, Michael McDowell, I mean, reading up, he's obviously the local guy. And I mean, it sounds like he's in a pretty good headspace coming into the week, but the results haven't been there. I mean, so you need him to pop this week if you're going to hit this bet. And then, Alex Bowman, obviously coming off the win last week, but as Pearce mentioned, I mean, he seems to come to this track every year from what I've read and like do nothing. So, I mean, you kind of need 2 guys to perform outside of their, where they're kind of just in their zone right now, and especially at this track. So there's probably better bets out there. I would just listen to who Pearce and I recommend for our placing picks than going on this one. If you want to sprinkle on something, maybe give my guy Cindric a little look at 50-1 in the outright or something.
All right, Pearce, favorite play for a top 5 or top 10 finish this week?
Denny Hamlin at minus 120. I know it's not a big payout, but it's pretty safe. 6 top 5s in his last 8 races at Phoenix. You look over that span, he's averaging 20 hog points per race. When I say hog points, I mean fast laps and laps led points. And those points typically go to fast drivers in fast cars. And he's consistently done that at Phoenix in several different packages. They've changed packages every single season almost. And there he is in the top 5, running up front, leading laps, running fast laps every single time.
Geoff, what do we think?
So I'm going to go with a couple guys for placing here. Cole Custer at plus 350, top 10 finish. I mean, we already mentioned him. He was running up with the leaders for a lot of laps last week. And then again, Cindric at plus 500 for a top 5. I mean, he's had good results here. He's in a fast car. I mean, this seems like pretty good odds on both of them. So no guarantees here. They're a little bit boom or bust options, but I mean, I think you're getting good odds to chase both those guys in placing this week.
All right, Pearce, who is the winner of the Ruoff Mortgage 500? Lay it on me.
It is Joey Logano. He was great here last spring. In 4 of the last 5 races at Phoenix, he's averaged 43 hog points per race. That's a lot. He is fast. You look at the last 4 races, he's finished 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And recently at the short flat track in the LA Coliseum, he won in this package.
All right, Geoff, what do we think?
Look, every week I keep trying to add to my NASCAR repertoire, and every week Pearce brings up things like these hog point. I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm going to have to research that for this week. But guess what? Guess what my research led me to this week? It was Joey Logano. We're on the same guy, Pearce. Plus 900. I think he's great value as well. I'm going to throw out Eric Amarola as a long shot. This dude's retiring. He's got good results in Phoenix as well. He's been top 10 in every single race. He paid off for us. He's plus 2,500. So if you want to sprinkle on a long shot, I'd go there. Mention the placing guys with Cindric and Custer. But yeah, I got a full NASCAR card this week, Jesse. I could not be more excited.
And Pearce looked like he thought your long shot pick wasn't bad. So,
I mean, I'm improving.
I like Amarola.
Like I said, I have more research to do. I'm working it out, but